Alright, gentlemen, pull up a chair because Alpha's got something very important to talk to you about. What is it, you ask? Don't worry, relax. You probably are not the reason I'm talking about this. It's proper pant length. Now, a big issue that I see is men wearing pants that are too long. And what happens is it's breaking up that whole visual streamline that you got going on. You got a bunch of bagging and bunching down by your ankle, making you look shorter. But the other day I was basically standing behind somebody who was in line to get a frozen yogurt at Pinkberry, very delicious. And I looked down, he was put together, I started his head, I looked down, I'm like, the guy's looking sharp. Then I get to his pants, and they were like 4 inches too short. And so I actually snuck a picture. Here's the picture of our poor, mispanted friend. You don't have to be a fashion or style expert to realize that those pants on our friend are a bit too short. And by bit, I mean probably about 3 inches. And what happens with a lot of men that are tall, they will actually buy a size and they're like, you know what, for this guy, he had 2 options. He either had a 32 length, which was going to be the length that he's wearing, and you can see it's obviously too short. The other option is the 34, but a lot of times the 34 is going to be a bit too long. The only option that you have, if you are tall or somebody that actually needs that sort of in-between size, is go and take those pants to a tailor. There is about 2 inches worth of fabric tucked underneath, and so you've got plenty of option and room to make modifications and alterations. Pants should be, at minimum, have a slight break in the front, and a slight break looks like this. Anything more than a full break, you're running the risk of having those pants too long. I prefer to actually look at the heel. I want my pant leg to come down and just touch or barely touch or right before touching at the top of the heel. That way you know that if it's there, the front's going to be fine, no problem. You don't want your pant leg dragging on the ground. Jeans, you got a little bit of leeway there. But gentlemen, pants that are too long, bad idea. Pants that are too short, equally bad idea. You look like you're wearing pants that don't fit, or like your mom bought you these pants and you had a growth spurt, and remember, right? Well, Alpha never had a growth spurt, so never had this problem. But I saw kids that had it, and it looked horrible. Gentlemen, make sure those pants are the proper length so you are always looking your best.